Hey, this is Christian Buckley. I'm getting ready to head out the door to the European SharePoint Conference. Well, technically the European SharePoint Office 365 and Azure Conference in Copenhagen. And I thought I'd share some of my travel tips very quickly when I'm heading out to a conference, especially if I'm going overseas. There's 5 things that I always bring. So just very quickly want to share you. So the first thing I bring is my video rig. And some of you may have this or have seen me carrying it around. So I've got my mic up on top there. And what's great about this rig, this thing's only like 20 bucks, is that you put your phone in there and I hook it right in. And so wherever I go, I've got my phone with me anyway. I've got this little battery powered boom light and the mic. And so it does excellent quality. I've got an iPhone 7 Plus, excellent quality videos with great sound. Because it's fine to have great picture, but if you don't have decent sound as well, so that's always important. And so I've got a tripod, which is behind me. If you can, there it is. So a lot of gear to carry. So the second thing that I always bring is I've got this case, which has all of my cables, and I got tired of just throwing them in a bag and digging around the bag, and then there's damage can happen to cables as well. But this thing helps me keep it all organized. Of course, it's not organized now, but I've been picking which ones I want to bring with me, and so you can organize those, keep everything safe. I also put some devices in there. I put my little battery light for my my rig in place, but always have that case of cables. The third thing that I have, is always bring plenty of business cards. And I've done this. I've shown up at shows and realized I've got 2 business cards that are kind of wilted and bent in my wallet. And I forgot to bring a stack of things. So that's something I always try to remember. Now, I just had made this new version of it. And this is I'm telling you, I do so many shows, go to conferences, user groups, different events around there that I have learned the lesson and created a card that is ideal for this. Now, it's just simple, plain. You don't need to have anything fancy on there. On the back, though, and I'll let you see here. So you've got my logo and you've got the URL and a whole lot of white space. I love this idea. I don't know how many shows I've gone to where somebody else doesn't have a card, and so I'll pull out one of my cards and I'll kind of write their name and stuff on there. But if it's semi-glossy, it doesn't hold on there. There's not enough space to put any kind of short notes on there. And so what's nice about this is whether I'm capturing somebody's information or I'm giving them my card, but I want to point them to something specific, is being able to write in here and say, hey, go take a look at this, my company website, my blog, or hey, I want to talk to you about sponsoring this next event or participating as a speaker or whatever that is. It's great having cards that are functional that way. The fourth thing that I always recommend to bring is something to read, because I like watching movies. I get a lot of work done, but even sitting there, depending on your seating situation, working on a laptop like this, it's just not my style. And sometimes it's just good to unplug, put on the glasses, and because I'm getting old, and picking up a book. And so bringing one smaller form factor book. Of course, I've got a couple magazines I always bring. You usually see me reading through like a Harvard Business Review or some like a technical magazine, or having a book. And of course, the magazines I rip up. I find the interesting articles, write notes in them, rip out the pages, throw away the body, and so I'm only carrying a couple pages, which I then stuff into my number 5 advice, which is bring a notepad. My mind works faster than my ability to type is, and what's nice about this is that I can start on something, go back, and my process, and those that have talked to me about the content creation process, but I'll generally go and write it here first, and then I'll go in and refine it, but enter it into OneNote, and that'll be my permanent place for it. I do sometimes just add things directly into my laptop, but just from a creative standpoint, my ability to write, it just seems to flow easier when it's coming out on paper. So those are my 5 things that I carry with me when I travel. I'm excited to head back to Copenhagen. Second time that ESPC has been in Copenhagen. And last time I was there, I was doing a keynote. This time I'm participating as a community reporter, and I've got one session. I'm excited to be there again. We'll see you in Copenhagen next week.